What do you get when a PSV Academy graduate electrifies the football world with his World Cup performances? Cody Gakpo. Hey, it's Leah here, feeling super intrigued today.
And I'm Garrett, excited to dive into today's topic.
Welcome to Laid Back Learning with Leah and Garrett.
All right, let's set the stage for this one. Cody Gakpo, Dutch footballer. Left winger and also a center forward, which means he can play wide or lead the line through the middle. He's shined for PSV Eindhoven, moved to Liverpool in early 2023, and he's been huge for the Netherlands too, especially at major tournaments.
Right, and the fun twist is how quickly he went from local hero in Eindhoven to global name. The transfer to Liverpool came right on the heels of those eye-catching goals at the 2022 World Cup. It's like the perfect snapshot of talent meeting timing.
Okay, personal moment. I watched that Merseyside derby where he scored his first Liverpool goal against Everton in February 2023. The Merseyside derby is this intense rivalry game between Liverpool and Everton. The city splits in two colors for it. When Gakpo slid that finish in, Anfield just lifted. It wasn't the prettiest match, but you could feel the relief and, the welcome. For a new signing, scoring in that cauldron is like getting stamped in as one of the guys. I remember thinking, this dude's got composure, big stage, steady heartbeat. That's pretty cool, right?
Totally. Those moments are like emotional shortcuts. They build trust fast. And for anyone new to the sport, a derby is basically a high-stakes neighborhood feud on a football pitch. Goals there count double in the heart, not on the scoreboard, but you feel it. So, basics first. A footballer is simply a professional soccer player. Gakpo plays mainly as a left winger, which is a wide attacker who operates near the sideline and drives toward goal or creates for teammates. He can also play as a center forward, the central striker whose main job is to score. His game mixes speed, dribbling, and finishing. He loves cutting in from the left onto his right foot to shoot. Think of him like a Swiss Army knife on the front line. He's got tools for the wing and for the middle, and coaches can flip those out depending on the job at hand.
Yeah, and that versatility shows up in the little details. You'll hear terms like pressing, which just means chasing and closing down opponents to win the ball back, and between the lines, which is the space between the opponent's midfield and defense. Gakpo can drop into those pockets to link play, then burst into the box. It's why managers, like Arne Slot at Liverpool, he's a Dutch coach who took over in 2024, can move him around without losing threat. He's still dangerous, whether hugging the touchline or playing as a more direct goal outlet.
Quick glossary while we're here. A brace is 2 goals in one match, and a hat trick is 3. Eredivisie is the Dutch top division. Eerste Divisie is the second tier in the Netherlands. The KNVB Cup is the national cup competition. The Johan Cruyff Shield is basically the Dutch Super Cup. And the EFL Cup is a major English knockout competition. If you can keep those straight, you're golden.
Beginning of the story. Cody Gakpo was born in 1999 in Eindhoven and raised in the Stratum district. His father is from Togo with Ghanaian ancestry, and his mother is Dutch. He grew up minutes from PSV's base and joined their academy in 2007, moving through every youth level for a full decade, where he built his technical base and positional flexibility. He got a first taste of senior football with Jong PSV, the reserve team, in 2016, and in his second reserve match in January 2017, he hit a brace and an assist in a 3-2 win over De Graafschap. That was a big early marker.
From there, it escalated quickly. In the 2017-18 season, he scored 7 times in 12 league games for Jong PSV. Then in February 2018, he made his first team debut for PSV as a late substitute in a win over Feyenoord. Late 2018 brought more fireworks. He scored a professional hat-trick in December 2018 for Jong PSV. Then later that month, he followed up with a goal and assist and made his Eredivisie debut for PSV's first team. Early 2019, he scored his first Eredivisie goal in a 5-0 win over Fortuna Sittard, and the 2019-20 season became his breakout. 7 goals and 7 assists in 25 league games.
Then he really started stacking moments. Opening day of 2020-21, he got a brace against Groningen. In Europe, he scored in qualifying rounds, 2 against Mura and 1 versus Rosenborg, to help PSV push through. By the end of that season, he had 11 goals in 29 appearances across competitions. And 2021-22 was the surge, 21 goals in 47 games, Dutch Footballer of the Year, plus the KNVB Cup final winner against Ajax. He also won the Johan Cruyff Shield in 2021 and again in 2022. That's a lot of silverware and proof he could deliver on the big day.
Middle chapter. Late December 2022, he agreed a move to Liverpool effective January 2023. The reported fee range, around 40 to 50 million euros, was a record incoming for PSV. He debuted as a starter in an FA Cup match in January 2023, then scored his first Liverpool goal in that derby win over Everton in February 2023. What's interesting is he wasn't always parked on the left. He played many minutes centrally or even a bit deeper because his link-up play and pressing let him glue the front line together.
And that adaptability paid off in cups. In 2023-24, Liverpool won the EFL Cup and he finished as the competition's second highest scorer. Internationally, the steps were steady. He debuted for the Netherlands at Euro 2020, which was played in 2021, coming on as a sub. That made him the first Dutch player to debut at a European Championship since 1980, which is kind of wild. He started his first international match in September 2021 and scored his first senior international goal a few days later in Eindhoven. Then came the 2022 World Cup, where he scored in all 3 group matches: Senegal, Ecuador, and Qatar.
And there's a layer of leadership, too. At that World Cup, he and Memphis Depay, who's a Dutch forward, led a team Bible study that about 15 teammates attended. It tells you a bit about his off-field vibe. Fast forward to 2024, he was in the Netherlands squad that summer, scored in the Euro opener against Poland, got player of the match there, and again in the round of 16 versus Romania, where he scored and assisted. He finished Euro 2024 with 3 goals and shared the Golden Boot in a 6-way tie, which means top scorer even though several players had the same tally.
Endgame so far. At club level, 2024-25 brought a huge milestone. Liverpool won the Premier League title, with Gakpo scoring in that 5-1 win against Tottenham Hotspur down the stretch under new manager Arne Slot. They also finished EFL Cup runners-up that season. He grabbed BBC's Goal of the Month in January 2025 and equalized at Old Trafford in a 2-2 with Manchester United that same month. By August 2025, he'd signed a new long-term contract with Liverpool, which, signals trust on both sides.
Internationally, it kept rolling. He was named in the Netherlands squad for the 2026 World Cup. In the group stage second match, he scored a brace and was man of the match in a 5-1 win over Sweden. Then, in the round of 32 against Morocco, he scored again, reaching 6 World Cup goals across 2 tournaments, which put him just behind Johnny Rep, he's a Dutch legend from the 1970s, on the Netherlands' all-time World Cup scoring chart.
And just to map the big picture, by the end of the 2025-26 season, he had 364 club appearances and 121 goals across all competitions. That includes 26 and 17 for young PSV, 159 and 55 for PSV's first team, and 180 and 50 for Liverpool. For the national team through 2026, 54 caps and 24 goals. He even welcomed his first child in April 2024, a life marker right in the middle of all this momentum. Wild how that works out.
Style note before we turn the page. He's most natural off the left, driving inside onto his right foot. From there, he can shoot from the edge of the box or slide passes into runners. When he's central, he'll drop between the lines, then accelerate into finishing spots. It's that balance, creator and finisher, that explains why he fits different systems. I have to ask, why do coaches push him centrally so often when he's so good wide?
I think it's 2 things. First, squad balance. If the team needs someone to connect midfield to attack, he can do it. Second, his finishing plus ball carrying gives you a direct route to goal from the middle. Basically, you preserve the danger while also stabilizing the shape. Yeah, that checks out.
All right, here's where it gets really interesting. There's a small controversy about his first professional hat trick. One source line says he scored his first professional hat trick in December 2018 for Jong PSV in the Eerste Divisie, the Dutch second tier. Another line later calls his August 2022 hat trick versus Volendam his first hat trick for the PSV first team in the top flight. So, which is it?
I'm team both are true, defined differently. The 2018 one is his first professional hat trick overall, because Jong PSV plays in a professional league. The 2022 one is his first top-flight hat trick in the Eredivisie for PSV's first team. It's like saying your first house versus your first house in your hometown. Both are firsts with different qualifiers.
I hear that, but I'll play friendly skeptic. If someone hears first hat trick without the qualifier, they'll assume top flight. Most highlight reels default to the highest level, so I think clarity matters. Say first professional in December 2018 with Jong PSV and first Eredivisie hat trick for the first team in August 2022. Otherwise, it's confusing.
Totally fair. Precision saves headaches. So we land on first professional hat trick in December 2018 in the Eerste Divisie, first top-flight hat trick in August 2022. Nailed it.
Switching gears just a little, if someone made a film about him, the arc is rich. Kid from Eindhoven, 10-plus years in PSV's academy, rises through every level, scores the KNVB Cup winner against Ajax, then moves to Liverpool for a record PSV fee. On the international side, debuts at a European Championship, which is rare, then scores in 3 straight World Cup games, then shares the Euro 2024 Golden Boot. Layer in his dual heritage and his faith, he's a Pentecostal Christian who reads and prays daily, and you get a portrait that's more than goals, it's identity and purpose.
And I'd want Arne Slot in there too, as a character. A Dutch manager coming in 2024, helping him contribute all over the front line in a title-winning season. That Dutch-to-Dutch connection has a nice symmetry. Toss in cameos from Memphis Depay, the Netherlands forward who co-led that World Cup Bible study, and a nod to Johnny Rep as the World Cup benchmark he's chasing. That's a story worth telling. Counterfactual time. What if Gakpo had chosen Ghana or Togo instead of the Netherlands? He was eligible through his father's Togolese roots with Ghanaian ancestry. If he picks Ghana, for example, the Netherlands lose those 3 group stage goals at the 2022 World Cup. Their tournament path shifts. Ghana, meanwhile, gets a prime wide forward who can also play 9. That could flip tight qualifying campaigns or tilt knockout margins at the Africa Cup of Nations.
And if it's Togo, that's like a different scale of impact. He instantly becomes a central figure for a smaller national pool, possibly lifting the team toward continental contention. But here's the twist. The Euro 2024 Golden Boot doesn't happen in that timeline because he wouldn't be in the European Championship. So maybe instead, the spotlight is AFCON, Africa Cup of Nations, where he could chase a Golden Boot there, rewriting his legacy around a different set of stages.
Club-wise, I still think a 2021-22 season with 21 goals and Dutch Footballer of the Year puts him on Premier League radars no matter what. But the World Cup surge in orange, those goals for the Netherlands, supercharged the timing and the narrative. Without that, maybe the move happens later, or the fee conversation looks different. Not gonna lie, the Netherlands and Liverpool chapters feel uniquely entangled.
Real talk, whatever flag he chose would shape the story people tell about him. But the core remains, a versatile forward developed carefully over years, stepping up when it mattered. The badge changes the soundtrack, not the song.
All right, let's roll on. That ties it up nicely.
Stay curious and positive. That's the heartbeat of it.